Got a fun fact for you. Massive success is the best revenge. Oh yeah. People wonder why things are moving so slow. There's the reason. Because massive success takes time. But the best is yet to come. We're at the final stages now. Get ready for the kaboom! Hi there, Neil here, the Twisted Lightworker. Yes, we are nearing the end. The comms are pointing to that fact everywhere. We've been through a lot, especially since the beginning of the pandemic. But we have to remember, the military operation that's been going on and behind the scenes, that started way back, probably before the JFK assassination. And since then, much has taken place. Good things started to happen in the end of '89 when the wall came down. At that point, there were two timelines. And they started to split. And light started the process of taking over the evil. And it's been on that process ever since. Good things started to really happen in 2012. And those who have done their research realize that Trump was asked by the military to run for president. And since then, it's just been an abundance of crazy crap that we've had to go through, every one of us. And we've had to get past the MK Ultra programming that we've all been in. Way back in the 80s, I ripped up all my credit cards, haven't had any since. And the reason, I figured it out way back then, that things aren't right, things aren't fair, and it's all nonsense. The whole monetary system is upside down, and it's been controlled by the evil ones. You've been following my videos, you'll realize what it means by the upside down. I gave that talk in one of my previous videos sometime back. I'll probably do it again because I've learned something. No matter how good a video is, almost no one looks at the description to see what other gems are put there by the maker of the video. And I also realized from a long time ago that no matter how good a video is, people don't go back and look at early ones from the same video maker, the same author. And that's a sad thing, because we've been MK Ultra programmed to always be looking for the quick fix. We've been MK Ultra programmed from the time our great-grandparents were on this planet. And by the time we were born, we were really MK Ultra programmed. We no longer know how to observe. And people have to learn observation skills first and foremost. And from there, we have to learn how to think critically and use extreme discernment, and also learn to connect with that divine source within each and every cell of our body and listen to that wee small voice inside. That's the creative source, or God, speaking to us. And that is our intuition. And that is where it begins. But we've got so far programmed, it's pathetic. People are addicted now to sharing negative news. They're addicted now to podcasts. They're addicted now to all kinds of things. And that's because we've been MK programmed not to observe and not to have critical thinking. And man, I tell you, going through this last 4 years, that's when my realization of just how many people are so deeply programmed. I didn't think that there was that many people that were that programmed until the pandemic hit. Sure opened my eyes. I've been digging up research from the 90s when I read a book called The Deliberate Dumbing of America in the 90s. And that told me everything. That told me, that's when I started to really run down rabbit holes. Even though it was in the 80s, I ripped up my credit card and started paying cash whenever possible. It's just the silliest thing, how MK Ultra programmed we have been. But those who are awake and those who are connected and can actually be connected to what's really going on, they're starting to give us some real interesting comms. And right now, we're at the beginning stage where we're going to see light at the end of the tunnel. It's coming. The light at the end of the tunnel is right around the corner. And we're going to be surprised at how quickly things happen when they start to be revealed. And there it is. We can see the light on the end of the tunnel is right there. It's right there. It's right before our eyes. Some of the people that I follow who have been really, really accurate with comms and information, both, is Phil. And Phil just put this up today, this February the 16th, and he's standing there in Maui, looking. There it is, the light at the end of the tunnel, another comm. It's real fascinating to see. But he had a couple other ones. This one here made me think, oh, watch the water. We still haven't got to the point of watching the water. We thought watching the water meant all the boat parades that was going on with the election with Trump. But there's been a whole lot more going on with flooding of the dams. And there's still going to be more reasons to watch the water. The watermarks on the ballots. Aha, that's coming up. And so we have to get out of the way of all of the nonsense that's going to happen. And it's not going to be too long before we're going to be hit with a big splash. And the big splash is going to be the big reveal where we're starting to realize how much we've gone through and where we're at. We are really close to, you think it's the end? No. We're really close to the beginning. The war is nearly over. But now comes the beginning stages of rebuilding our world. And rebuilding our world is going to be very, very, very powerful in where we're at. Rebuilding the world is going to be more work than you and I can imagine. But the thing of it is, there's so many things going to come out. Med beds, different kinds of energy sources. All of this stuff is going to make rebuilding the world fun. And we're going to get rid of the evil. And that's exciting, to be rid of the evil. My goodness gracious, what a difference that's going to make. No more taxes. No more taxes off our income. Oh, I'm sure we're going to have a group contribution in some way that's going to pay for the public services that are always going to be necessary. But the evil ones being out of the way, life is going to start to be really, really beautiful. But it's you and I. We're the ones that are responsible for rolling up our sleeves and making the good things happen. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. That's why I started my Thrivalism Thursdays, where we talk about, firstly, we want to talk about how much we have to do to our inner self. We have to grow as people. We have to grow as men and women. We have to learn critical thinking even more. We have to learn observation skills first, and then critical thinking. And then we have to learn discernment. And discernment drives me crazy because so many people are still hung up on fear-mongering and posting crap that's all negative about what happened with the jab, what happened with all kinds of things that's been negative. They're still MK Ultra programmed. They're still caught in the matrix. They haven't realized it's time to forget all that and start working on where we're going with this world. How are we going to make a difference? How can we make a global impact? Real simple. Make our communities better. Local action is global impact. And that's what Thrivalism Thursday's second part is. The first part is personal growth and deep stuff. Plotinus, the Enneads. Study some metaphysics if you really think that you're smart. Get into it. You'll find out that it's not that simple stuff. It's deep. I've been studying it for 45 years. And I'm still a neophyte, a brand new beginner. Because it's deep stuff. We've been programmed not to use our common sense. We've been programmed not to listen to that wee small voice inside. But metaphysics. Anybody who studies metaphysics has an open mind. and they start to really ponder who they are on the inside and our connection to the universe. I'm not going to go into it anymore in this video, but I'm going to share a few quotes. You see, we were all right and wrong about everything. We were all right and wrong about everything. That is the truth of the delusion of the dream of the world. We do not see enough. We do not take it to the extreme. We do not take things out of the confines of the dream of the world and into the dream of the planet and see it there. In the dream of the world, it is not one-dimensional. We are multi-dimensional beings, folks. There are many dreaming scenarios associated with it and many levels. Follow through those dreaming scenarios to the source, and you might even find yourself at the conclusion. Metaphysics, deep stuff. Who are you really on the inside? You think you're this meat suit nonsense. You're much more than that. Who you are on the inside is ineffable. Multi-dimensional beings and powerful beyond our imagination. You see, the warriors in the dream of the world to develop their unique and creative survival and thriving skills and use of resources. The warriors in the dream of the planet to develop their unique qualities of integration, personal power, and assessment of a path to freedom. It is a wide gamut of creativity for both the dream of the world and the dream of the planet, but especially where those people who have their feet in both worlds, both the dream of the world and the dream of the planet. That's Toltec. That's deep stuff. It coincides completely and entirely with metaphysics. Deep stuff. You see, clarity is believing everything you think and feel. Lucidity is seeing to the source of everything you think and feel. Deep stuff. People have no concept of how deep the mind can be because we've been programmed to just go to work, come home, watch TV. Shallow, mindless zombies. That's what we've been programmed to be. The warrior takes freedom seriously. Everything else in the dream of the world is a test of power, silly, or a game. Even the pursuit of freedom becomes a game in the dream of the world. But once a warrior crosses over into the dream of the planet, the pursuit of freedom becomes something different. A warrior takes all occurrences and experiences as a test of power. That remains consistent throughout. That remains consistent throughout. There's another explanation for the dream of the world that bridges into the dream of the planet. It is that the human form is an incomplete vessel seeking to complete itself. It does so by alchemical means, by finding the elements that will return to the spirit, to the fold, and ultimately transform the physical body into its pure and true self, the self that we can only imagine. It's deep stuff. God hath not given the spirit of fear, but of love and of power and sound mind. It's biblical. Metaphysics and deep stuff is biblical. People don't get it. A warrior seeks personal power not to influence the affairs of the people or the world. A warrior seeks personal power only to get where one is going, and that is to freedom. And to achieve freedom, it is necessary to give it to the affairs of the people and the world. Some of this stuff you have to think about quite a long time before you really grasp the message. The bottom line is, we are the ones that we've been waiting for, and we are at the end of the tunnel of this nonsense. And soon the evil ones will be taken off the planet. All of the comms point that way. All of the people who are connected and have legitimate and powerful information, they all have amazing comms. I've been trying to put them in my videos and trying to teach people how to read the comms from way back in September of 22. So, I hope that you are one of those ones willing to go back and look at previous videos, like this channel, share the videos, I put an incredible amount of hours and thought into each one because I try to bring forth the comms that I figured out and the comms that I've followed other people and learned from them. And it's amazing what you can learn to see if you open your eyes. But most people are walking around blind. They're caught up in the dream of the world, and their own four walls is the only thing that matters to them. It's a pain. It's a pain for those of us who are awake to watch these people still think that they're awake when all they're doing is posting fear-mongering nonsense. Yeah, unbelievable. It really is. It's unbelievable. So one of the things that I'm doing is having Thrivalism Thursday. I do Thrivalism Thursday every Thursday. There's going to be the odd one I'll miss, but every Thursday we cover 3 topics. If you look at the bottom there, it says personal growth and metaphysics and Toltec and inspiration. That's number 1 topic. Number 2 topic is active steps to improve your own community. I'm involved in a CSA, Community Support Alliance, and we do a whole bunch of things. I talk about that at Thrivalism Thursdays. And we brainstorm. And we definitely brainstorm on things that everybody can get involved in their own community. And here's another pet peeve I have. People, they refuse to use anything new. They're programmed, 𝓘𝓷𝓽𝓻𝓮 programmed. They're afraid of change. And that's pathetic. It really is. It's pathetic. People need to wake up. Change is where we're at. We're at this whole place where all things are going to be new. Prophecies of the past are no longer going to happen. The prophecies of the past are done and over with. We are the ones who are creating heaven on earth. And we have to be willing to try new things. And that's why I signed up with Onpassive, because I realized that Zoom, that has to be a product that's owned by the cabal. It's just plain and simple, easy to figure out. Why anybody uses it anymore blows my mind. Every hospital, every educational system, all of the legal systems all use Zoom. And people are afraid to give it up because it costs them money. Well, you know what? Everything that you do on Zoom is tracked and traced. Think about it. I use Onpassive's flagship product called OConnect. And it is an incredible webinar platform that has all kinds of tools that are better than Zoom's. And it's just been announced and just opened up. And there's a whole bunch of other products that Onpassive is coming out with that's going to be good. And they do have an affiliate program for anybody who is looking for a way to make some side income. But you can sign up for it for free. And you can attend anybody's OConnect webinars for free. But people are caught in that doggone rut where they can't see change. Why? 𝓘𝓷𝓽𝓻𝓮 programmed. People are sleeping. Even the ones who are awake are sleeping. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, I could go on, but I've ranted a little bit in this video because I'm really tired of it. I'm really tired of the sleeping fools who think they're awake. They're not. They're not awake. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones we've been waiting for. And when the military comes through and finally does things and all the things the Anons have been waiting for, when that all comes to happen, we think it's over. No, the war may be over, but the work is just beginning. The time to roll up your sleeves and start participating and making this world a better place is now. Right now. Right now. Yesterday, in fact. If you didn't start yesterday, you're late. Anyway, this is enough of a rant. I've got laryngitis. I hope you put up with that twist in my voice. The Twisted Light Worker is doing his best to keep on going, no matter what happens. When the shit hits the fan, you wipe it off and run. And keep on going. And that's what I've been attempting to do. And a big, big, big thank you for everybody who's bought me coffee. You have no idea how much that little coffee has meant to me. Very few people do. And that's one of the things, the other thing that blows my mind too. Everybody their MK Ultra program that they believe that free is the ultimate. Somebody else is going to make it for them. It's like standing in front of a door as an adult with your Halloween costume on, and you got a great big pillowcase there, and you're knocking on the door, and you're hoping somebody opens the door and fills your pillowcase up with money, or maybe an AI machine's going to fill up your pillowcase with money. People are nonsense. They're not very much observant. They're not very much awake. Unbelievable. Anyway, I've ranted way too much in this video, and but the bottom line, shaking trees and hugging trees can be delightfully rooted in the same compassion. So with laryngitis and a close from the bottom of my heart, I wish for you peace profound. I wish for you peace profound.